Lesson 1 of 6.
Okay.
Targeting can be accomplished via the tab key, which targets the next nearest enemy in your current field of view, or by left-clicking the entity you wish to target. Next lesson, primary attack.
Okay, so this is really nice. I did not know that they put this in here. So if you have like multiple enemies, you can basically switch between your target by using the tab key. This is really, really nice. I did not know that they had this in here. Okay, so next lesson, primary attack. Get further instructions.
Primary attack, lesson 2 of 6.
Wow.
Primary attack defaults to the 1 key on your keyboard, or right-click your currently targeted enemy with the mouse. This will fire the basic shot of your weapon with a very short cooldown before you can fire again. Primary attacks are just that, the most primary attack with your weapon, and should be executed as often as possible. Next subject, secondary attacks.
Oh, really nice. Basically, it's the same thing I just I just said about the primary and secondary attack. Okay. So the next one is going to be secondary. Cool.
Secondary attack, lesson 3 of 6. Your secondary attack defaults to the 2 key on your keyboard. This will fire the special mode of your weapon. These vary by weapon types and can include multiple target and area of effect attacks. These attacks generally have a cooldown before they can be executed again, and include either the expose or exploit properties. Next subject, expose.
Okay, cool. So we're learning something together. Next.
Expose, lesson 4 of 6. Many secondary attacks and other abilities can place the exposed condition onto your target. Exposed enemies have an icon placed over them, and are easier to hit and take more damage than normal. In addition, they are subject to additional effects from exploit attacks. Next subject, exploit.
So this is something in Star Trek Online that is kind of like weird to know. There are exposed targets. So basically your enemy has like this weird icon on top of them, and basically it indicates that the enemy is being exposed. So keep that in mind, expose. And next subject is going to be to exploit.
Exploit, lesson 5 of 6. Many weapons have the exploit property on their secondary attacks. These properties take advantage of targets that have been exposed to deal massive damage. When you are carrying an exploit weapon, be on the lookout for any exposed targets. Hitting them with exploit attacks can take them out of the fight completely with just one hit. Next subject, flanking.
So if your enemy is under expose and you have a weapon in slotted in your weapon slot that has an exploit property, so it has the ability to exploit enemies, you can basically vaporize them. So that is what this means. So first you need to have your enemy under expose, and then if you have an exploit weapon, you basically can vaporize them regardless of their current health. So that's really, really nice to know. Flanking. Okay, so next.
Flanking, lesson 6 of 6. Targets who are attacked from the sides or rear are considered flanked. When a target is hit from a flank position, they take more damage. This applies to you as well. You want to make sure you never expose a flank to the enemy, but if you can flank your enemies, you will do increased damage.
Really, really nice. So, yeah, those are basically the 6 lessons that you guys and I really need to understand when you are in ground combat with Star Trek Online. So I'm going to end this instructions right here, and I'm going to end this simulation.
You can holster and draw your weapon with the H key.
This doesn't do anything in Star Trek Online. It doesn't make your character look like threatening or anything like that. You can basically, it's just like a visual appealing to the character. It doesn't do anything for the story arc. If you have your weapons out or not. So we're gonna go to Captain Taggart to continue this graduation day tutorial. Talk to Captain
Well
Taggart.
done, cadet. You're not going to break the academy record, but your score was more than satisfactory.
Thank you, Captain. Do you have an assignment for me now?
Absolutely. I have a new first officer. Congratulations.
First officer, sir?
Yes. You should be proud of your accomplishments here, cadet. You have a promising career ahead of you in Starfleet.
Thank you, sir. It will be an honor serving with you. Awesome. Talk to Cadet Elisa Flores.
First officer, way to go. Just a little jealous, I'll admit. At least now you'll get to boss us all around like you've always wanted.
Starting of which, I think you should be you should just start referring to me as sir.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. May I get you a Ractagino, sir?
Yes. Haha, very funny, Flores. I mean, very funny, Cadet.
You'll do great. But we should head up to the shuttle bay. Everyone else is waiting there for the ceremonial send-off toast.
Okay, so go to the shuttle bay. That's the next objective. Continue.
The direction of your objectives also appears on your compass.
As well as on your minimap.
Now hear this. All cadets report to Shuttle Bay to prepare for departure.
So basically we can bring up the map and we need to take a left over here. Because that is where we need to go. And we don't need the map anymore. Head to the turbolift. So turbolift to the shuttle bay.
Okay, all of the senior staff is waiting by the bar. I'm sure everyone's a bit nervous, this being our first real assignment and all. So, I'm expecting an inspiring speech out of you. Something heartwarming. Make Tavrel cry. This mission could just determine the rest of our careers. No pressure. I'll meet you over there.
So make a toast for the rest of the senior staff. Continue. So make a toast and let's follow her and see where she is going to take us. Over here? Okay, cool. So we are going to lead a toast. May I have everyone's attention? Be humble. On the first day of class 4 years ago, I looked into the mirror and thought there is no way I can do this. I know I wasn't the only one. So, continue. I look around this room and see fear and uncertainty in your eyes. Being responsible for so many lives is a heavy burden. All I ask is that we support one another. If we can work as a team, we can accomplish our goals. To Starfleet Academy, the USS Oberon, to her crew, and raise a glass.
All cadets, please board your shuttles.
Yay! Toasting. Is that Andorian ale that we're having? Okay, so let's continue. Talk to the deck officer, and the deck officer is this guy right here. So talk to deck officer.
Ready to head to the ship.
Whoa, what is she doing? She's jumping up and down. Sure, let's go.
I can't believe we're finally doing this. Oh, look at that. The USS Vesta, first of her class. She's got subsystem targeting, a crew of 750, auxiliary phaser cannons, and even a quantum field focus controller. I can't wait to captain one someday. But here's our ship. Miranda class, 200 crew, 2 forward weapon mounts, 1 aft. Average speed, warp 5 nothing. She's a tough little ship though. I think I like her. We're the final shuttle to arrive. We need to get to the bridge.
Okay, so we are here right now at the shuttle bay of our ship. So let us talk to Elisa Flores again.
I'm going to check in and then head for the bridge. See you there.
Okay, so continue. Let's see the map again. And there is our objective. One thing I didn't mention is like when you are in a certain area, let's say you're all the way over here outside of the floor sphere, that's not going to be possible, but let's say you're all the way over here like this guy, the shuttle bay technician, and you don't know where you are and you're basically lost. You can press this button to center the map on the player, and the map is going to follow basically follow the player where you are right there. So that's something you can do. And you can also left click on the map and just drag it around everywhere you want it to be. And right now I know where I need to be, and let's talk to this NPC. So I'm going to close that and talk to her.
Name and position?
Cadet Anna, acting first officer.
I have your record right here, sir. Welcome to the ship.
Where is the captain?
Captain Taggart is waiting for you on the bridge. Use the turbolift behind me. It will take you directly there.
So take the turbolift to the bridge, and I say continue, and the turbolift is right there. So go to the bridge, and I'm in a really huge turbolift, and this ship is really small for this big ass turbolift. And this is the bridge, where it's really nice when you guys can see a little bit of Earth space stack outside of this big ass view screen. And one thing the tutorial did not cover is if you want to jump over, let's say this console over here, you basically need to press the space bar. That is how you jump in Star Trek Online, by pressing up the space bar. So speak with Captain Taggart.
Welcome to the bridge, number one.
Number one? Who's number one?
Early in my career, I served with a captain who called his first officer that. I always liked it. As my number one, I expect you to ensure my orders are carried out, and to advise me on the best course of action in any situation.
Continue.
But first, we need to get out of dry dock, get clearance from control, and close the shuttle bay doors. Then disable the tractor moorings.
So I need to prepare to undock. Okay, so Flores, close the shuttle bay doors.
Shuttle bay doors are closed, sir.
Cool.
Very good,
Thank
number
you.
one.
DeVrel, get clearance from traffic control and the opera to leave the gantry.
Traffic control has cleared us to depart, sir.
Okay, continue.
Very good, number one.
Enough with the number one already. Potter, wait for me to disable the tractor moorings. So, as you guys can see, I need to do something with this console. All of those highlighted stuff that is going on to that console. So, release tractor moorings. That's me doing all of the work. So, the next objective is to speak with Captain Taggart. Talk to Captain Taggart.
Take us out. 1/4 impulse.
And I have two options over here, and I'm going to remain silent. To sit, right click on the chair you wish to sit in. Now you can basically right click or left click or double click. Doesn't really matter.
Cleared from dry dock, Captain.
Good. Let's start with something easy. Set course for Vulcan.
Course lead in, sir.
Engage.
Captain, I am picking up a distress call from the SS Break-Even. Audio only.
Let's hear it, Tavrel.
This is the SS Break-Even. Our work core is failing, and we are in need of assistance.
Let them know we're on our way. Potter, Lay in a rendezvous course.
Altering course, sir. ETA 3 minutes.
Transporter room. Prepare to beam over survivors.
Sir, sensors can't read anything in the vicinity of the break-even.
Communications are out as well.
Keep trying to hail them, Tyrell. Number 1, let's discuss the situation. You heard the distress call, number 1. What do you think we should do?
Is this a test, sir, part of the training course?
Absolutely not. We're the closest ship to the break-even, so it's our duty to assist.
It's strange that a transmission was audio only. A warp core emergency shouldn't affect communications. Now, one thing I do want to mention is all of those flying text that you guys can see that just flew by. Those are like server-wide notices that a certain player has earned a certain ship. So kind of like indications, and you know, those are server-wide, so don't actually pay attention to those. That's not part of the tutorial. So we're going to continue saying a warp core emergency shouldn't affect communications.
Good. What do you advise?
Well, I have basically 3 options over here, and I'm gonna go with shields up, sir. Better safe than sorry.
Raising the shields does seem to be a reasonable precaution.
Yes, sir. It could be a trap.
I agree. Flores, raise shields. Number 1, get down to the transporter room. You'll oversee the rescue effort from there.
Okay, so take the turbolift to the transporter room. Continue. So basically, I need to take one of these turbolifts to go to the okay, so basically I'm going to take this turbolift over here to go to the transporter deck. So the break-even should be in range. Give me an update.
I'm getting some weird readings. I can't get a solid lock. There may be interference. Trying to compensate. I think I have it. This is a lot different than the training scenarios. Beaming them over now. Klingons!
This vessel is now property of Captain Kadek of the IKS Shuttle.
Come in, what happened?
Stop! Security is reporting disruptive fire in the transporter room, and Klingon transporter signatures are showing up all over the ship. They're boarding us.
What can I do?
You have the command codes to unlock an armory near your position. Arm yourself, and any security team members you find.
Get a phaser from the armory. Okay, what about the enemy ship, sir?
We still have weapons. I'll do what I can. For now, I need you to concentrate on getting those Klingons off my ship. Tag it out.
So our objective right now is to repel the Klingon invaders. Yes, sir. But right now we need to unlock the armory. And we can do that over here because this guy is waving at us to come all the way there. And we can basically enter the command codes to unlock the armory. So let's do that.
Go to the armory locker in this room and interact with it to get a better weapon.
So we're going to get a better weapon than a phaser. And we are going to do that in this locker. We're going to get a rifle. And we get a phaser sniper rifle Mark 1. And it says right here to use quick equipped, first press the U key to open the status window. So basically by default on your keyboard, the U key or this button over here. And then it says click on any item slot for your captain, bridge, or your captain, ship, or bridge officers. What's next? And then the equipment will show all the available items that can be used in that slot. If you are in a map with bank access, you will be able to access items from your bank, otherwise they will be gray. Check the items on the list you wish to equip and the window will close. Cool. So we have a phaser right now, and we have another empty slot that we can slot in our sniper rifle.
You can switch between 2 equipped weapons by
Okay, so we're gonna do that by default, the Z or this little button over here to switch weapons, because we don't want a phaser, we want a better one, that's the rifle. And as you guys kind of witnessed, if you want to holster the weapon is button H on the keyboard by default, and this is the animation for it, just with a phaser this time. So right now we need to talk to the security cadet, and that's this guy. Order cadet. Ooh, he basically sacrificed himself. Now we have a couple of Klingons we need to take care of, and basically
Has dropped for you. Move towards the item and press F to loot it.
and we have another one. Okay, so basically these are item drops. Oh, well, you shouldn't have fired on my ship, man. That some of your own mates did that. They fired on our hull and made that breach, and then you got vaporized in space, or you got sucked into space. Sorry about that. So I was saying, these are items in Star Trek Online. Green. We have green items, we have blue items, we have purple items, and we also have white items. That are basically the standard version. So if you want to pick them up, you need to get close to them. I think it's like 5 meters or something like that. And when you are really close, you get the option to take item.
You have recovered a hypo spray. You can use this to quickly heal any damage you may have suffered.
Okay, cool. It doesn't. The woman did not mention that we need to equip this hyper spray right there in the device slots, and each captain or breed officer has 4 of those by default. And no, basically they have 4. They these kind of devices do not increase in Star Trek Online, so you basically have 4 devices you can equip, like hypos, shield regenerations, and stuff like that. So that is that. And
Extra damage to enemies by flanking them. Try attacking your enemies on their sides or behind them.
yeah, we covered that one in the tutorial already. As you guys can see, we have a flanking bonus. As you guys can see, flank, and we're doing a little bit more damage on the flanking than normal damage, as you guys could see over there. So what are we gonna do now? We have the optional objective to heal the transporter cadet. So we're gonna do that. So let's heal you up. There we go, and then we can continue to rebel the Klingon borders, or repel the Klingon borders, not rebel. Sorry about that.
Some objects can be destroyed and create environmental effects. You can destroy the EPS conduit near the Klingons to damage them.
Okay, so let's do that. Really nice. Now we talked about tab, so we're gonna tab, and there we can we have the EPS conduit targeted right there. So we're going to use a sniper rifle and destroy that. Look at that. That thing blew up and killed the Klingons in one shot.
Number 1, we're doing our best to cripple this Klingon marauder, but I need your help. Time to show off that academy training.
Use your career skills to help your ship. So we are tactical. I know how to improve the ship's weapons.
Some
Cool.
missions specialized to your career class are available.
Okay, nice. So that is my class. I'm a tactical, so I'm gonna do tactical stuff, and engineering can do engineering stuff, and obviously science are gonna do sciencey stuff. So take the turbolift to the weapons bay, and apparently we're at the weapons bay already. Really fast turbolift, and we have 2 Klingons over here. Primary, using primary to kill them. Move forward, I guess. Are they gonna help us? Oh, okay. So basically, ooh, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Klingons over there. 6. Sorry, 6.
Press C to crouch. Crouching gives a defensive bonus against ranged attacks, but increases damage from melee attacks.
Okay. So crouching.
Press X to aim your weapon. Aiming your weapon gives a bonus to damage.
Okay, so and this is under X. So I'm going to start shooting, and as you guys can see, I have a little bit more damage output because I'm crouching, and I am under aiming mode really fast. So if you want to exit the aiming mode, X again, and if you don't want to be crouching anymore, C again. Basic stuff. So we have an option to breach the door, and I'm going to use my phaser weapon to open the door. That's really Starfleety of me. So I'm going to crouch again and X to go into aiming mode. Look at that. Really nice. Can we see them? No, there are like beams between them, so now we can, and they're all dead. So let's activate this thing. Boost power to forward weapons. Look at that. You heard forward weapons being fired. We have another console over here. Boosts power to torpedo warheads. Torpedoes being fired. What else do we have? We have something over here. What is this? Boost power to aft phasers.
Number 1, we've got injured up here and the Klingons could send a boarding party at any time. I need you back on the bridge.
So return to the bridge. Aye, sir.
Go see to the bridge. We will secure this area.
Okay. So I'm just scrolling backwards a little bit, so I have some more kind of like a bird's view. And let's go to the bridge, taking the turbolift. What do we see here? Oh, they took my captain. That's not right. We got Klingons over here. Oh, I'm being flanked. Don't want to do that. Go away, you guy. Now, as you just heard, the woman told me my personal shield is losing power, and right here under my character information you see a blue bar and a green bar. The blue bar is basically my shield, and the green bar is basically my health. As you guys can see, 100 out of 100 is the shield, and 200 out of 200 is my health. Let's see, tend to the wounded bridge crew, and I need to heal the cadet. And this is that information that I said that guy has obtained that vessel. Basically, kind of need to ignore that. Do we need to heal you? Yes, we do. Resuscitating. Incoming transmission on screen.
This is Captain Kadek of the IKS Shot. You may have forced my boarding parties off your decks, but our ship remains cloaked. You have no hope of finding us or defeating us. Your choice is simple. Surrender, or we will kill your captain and then destroy your ship.
And I say never.
Perhaps your captain will change your mind.
Our captain?
Order your crew to surrender, Captain, or I will blow them out of the sky. It's your choice, Captain. Do you want these children to die?
Very well. Number 1. You are now the captain of the ship. Your orders are to lock onto my combat and fire!
Make me proud.
We have target lock, Captain.
Fire!
Direct hit! Cannons on all decks! Shields! Shields! Fire all weapons! Weapons and shields are offline! Ah! Cloak and begin repairs!
We've lost their signal. What now?
Okay, so let us speak to Eliza Flores again, and she's all the way up here to talk to her.
We survived, but the Captain Taggart knew what would happen, and he gave the order anyway. Ultimate sacrifice. One that we all might be called to make someday. He trusted you to take command. All we can do now is survive. And remember him.
So our next objective is to take the seat in the captain's chair. So I say continue. And I need to sit in the chair. So I basically double click on the chair.
Alyssa Flores is now your bridge officer. Bridge officers add abilities to your ship in space and accompany you on away missions on the ground.
Okay, so basically each time you obtain a new duty officer, or a bridge officer I should say, not duty officer, you're going to get like a little bit of information, what kind of species, career, gender and rank the person is. And you can basically scroll a little bit down and you can see the way she looks. And basically press OK, that's it. So, talk to the first officer. Talk to the first
All decks
officer.
reporting in, sir. We took some casualties, and sickbay is full. All ship systems have taken some damage, but some are worse than others. Life support is stable, but anything else could be an issue.
So, Javrel, send out the distress call.
I have been trying to get a distress call out, Captain, but something is jamming all frequencies.
Keep trying. Elisa, what's the status of that Klingon ship?
She's still cloaked, but I think she took some real damage. We're in rough shape too, Captain.
Okay, Zarva, damage report.
Still running diagnostics, sir. Took us some time to get the systems back online.
What about the break-even? Hail them, Javrel.
Hailing the break-even now, Captain.
USS break-even, this is Starfleet vessel Oberon. What is your status?
Oh, hello, Starfleet. No hard feelings, right? I had to send that distress signal. If I didn't, that crazy Klingon was going to blow my ship into space junk.
Continue.
And, because Starfleet's always ready to help and all, could you help me repair my ship? I'm grateful for all you've done to save my ship and cargo already. But the sooner I can get out of here, the sooner I'll be safe from K-Deck.
And I say, I'll see what we can do.
Increase your speed using E. Decrease your ship speed by using U. Use W and S to move up or down. Use A and D to turn left or right.
Okay, so that's the tutorial on how to move in space. So basically you have this impulse bar over here, and if you press E 4 times, it's going to be at full impulse, and it has, each time you press E, it has increments of 25%, so that's...
Helm, full stop. I've stopped us this time, sir, but from now on you'll be responsible for adjusting the speed of the ship.
Cool. So I was saying each time you press E or each time you press Q, it's going to increase or decrease your speed with the increments of 25%. So our option is now to scan the freighter.
Looks like she just needs 3 or 4 warp induction coils. We have plenty of those to spare. Position yourself near the ship and press F to interact with it.
So just like in ground combat, you need to be really close to your object that you need to interact with, and it usually is within 2 or 3 kilometers, depending on what type of mission it is. And we are going to repair the freighter right now by transporting something.
Thanks. We'd help you if we could, but I just don't see any profit in that, you know?
So he's gone. So I need to talk to the first officer.
Looks like we're on our own. At least they said thank you, I guess. About that cloaked ship full of Klingons?
Zarva, do you have that damage report?
Almost done, Captain. Level 2 diagnostics shows that almost all of the plasma injectors are damaged beyond repair.
Do you have any
Not
replacement?
enough. Plasma injectors are made to withstand quite a beating, but I think the Klingons specifically sabotaged them when they boarded us. It's an easy way to cripple a ship. I'm installing what spares we have, but we're short 3 injectors. Without them, we can't go to warp.
Okay, so any idea, Elisa?
We're not the first ship the Klingons have hit here. There's wreckage all over this region. I can scan the derelicts and see if any of them have intact plasma injectors.
Okay, so do it. What are you waiting for?
Bingo! I found some suitable debris in the boneyard nearby. Destroy 3 of those nacelles, and we should get the parts we need.
Okay, cool.
Press the spacebar to fire energy weapons.
Okay, so the spacebar is going to fire energy weapons. Okay.
Towards the item and press F to loot it.
Digging through scraps we've left behind.
Yeah, that guy's getting annoying.
Now, the ground items and the space items, basically the same thing. You need to be really close to getting them, and you have the option to take item and a functioning plasma injector. 2 of them, 3 of them.
These plasma injectors will do the trick, sir. Gorgeous technology. Type R, if I had to guess. 3.7-liter flow put with shielded reservoirs and a drop flow induction coil.
That's good, but remember the Klingons who want us dead. I need you to work fast.
You have your problems, I have mine. I'll need some time to get everything installed and run a level 1 diagnostic. We don't want to blow up the moment we hit warp 1.
So I say, Elisa Flores, give me a status report.
Sarva's dealing with the warp core, but until she's done, we're still stranded out here with no way to call for help. Oh, don't forget the cloaked Klingon battle cruiser. It's probably making repairs faster than we are.
So I say, any chance we can determine what's jamming communications in this system?
Of course we can. We're the class of 2409. Tivrel has been working with the engineers, and they've pinpointed the locations of several Klingon signal jammers. That's what blocked our communications during the ambush. I recommend that we destroy the jamming satellites. We'll be able to get a call out to Starfleet then.
So destroy the Klingons jamming satellite. Sounds good.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it. Use your plasma beam to weaken shielded targets.
Okay, cool.
Use your torpedoes on an enemy when their shield is down.
So she also said if you want your weapons to auto fire, just basically right click on top of them and they're going to go from normal to auto fire. And auto fire is that green indication on top of it that is going to auto fire. So if you want to switch targets, just you can do that with the tab key, just like in ground. And I'm going to fire on the there we go, one is down.
satellites left.
2 is dead. There we go. The third one is gonna go any second. There we go. Dead.
I haven't forgotten about you. Think your ship can take a couple more hits?
So let's...
Long-range communications are operational, sir. Shall I send the distress signal?
While we are in combat, usually you have to wait, just like that. Now we are out of combat, then we can send a distress call over here. But that is not always the case. You can also press the button over here.
That Klingon ship took some real damage. I'll bet she's leaking plasma all over the place. You might be able to use that to find them.
Do it. We need to find him before he ambushes us again.
Understood. I'd rather not die to Klingons on my first day. Got it. I can trace the plasma signature right to the source.
Okay, and I say, finally we have an advantage.
I'll send the source of the plasma signature to navigation. It will show up on the map.
Use full impulse to travel to the source of their plasma signature. Make it so.
It's pretty far out, sir. We should use the ship's full impulse power to reach it. This will temporarily take power from other systems, but vastly improve our speed. Once we drop out of full impulse, the power will return to other systems.
I
Okay.
can make your death swift.
Activate full impulse by clicking on the arrow. Deactivate full impulse by clicking on it again.
Cool. So now we are at like full... no, we are at normal impulse, and if we want to go at full impulse, we need to basically click these two triangles kind of items, kind of button indication over there. And what that actually does is...
Over a weapon, and its firing arc will be shooting around your ship in space.
Sorry about that. What that actually does is that's going to give all of the power from weapons, shields, and auxiliary are going to be diverted into engines, and it's going to make our ship move faster. Now we are here in a couple of enemies that are unshielded build of prey, 2 of them. So we're going to start firing on them. Basically destroy them with ease because they don't even have shields.
Think you can catch me? Go ahead and try.
Activate high-yield torpedo by clicking on the icon or pressing Alt and 1. High-yield torpedo will increase the power of your next torpedo attack.
For 30 seconds. Okay. Now in Star Trek Online there are a couple of things that you guys might know or do not know. There are presets over here that have been focused on attack, and if you press the first one that's highlighted attack, it's going to increase your weapon damage, your power to your weapon, so you're going to do more damage. And the second one is going to increase your shield, so you're going to have more of a defensive shield. And the third one is going to mainly focus on speed and vulnerability. So I'm going to choose the attack because I want to dish out a little bit more DPS towards my enemy, and DPS stands for damage per second. So I'm going to use, right now I'm going to hit tab to select my enemy, and when I'm within 10,000 kilometers I'm going to be able to start firing on it. But before I am going to do that, I'm going to start a beam arc tutorial that is really beneficial.
With phaser beam banks. These weapons have a 270-degree firing arc. This is the firing arc for the forward phaser banks.
So what that actually says is, because we have beam banks equipped it on our ship, that is this thing, phaser beam array standard issue, we have a firing degree of 270. So basically, whenever our enemy is within this arc, we are able to fire on it with the weapons that we have on the front.
This is the firing arc for the rear phaser banks. Note that both the forward and rear phasers have an overlapping arc of fire on the sides of your ship.
And same thing can be done with the aft of our ship, because we also have the same type of phasers. That's beam bank. No, the phaser beam array on the aft weapon slot. So that's something to be noted. On the front and on the back, we have the same type of weapon.
Firing at enemies within the overlapping portion of your firing arcs is known as broadsiding. This allows both the forward and rear phaser banks to fire on the same target at the same time, increasing your damage output.
So this is really nice information. Basically, the game is telling us, like, keep your enemy within the forward facing arc of your weapons, and also your aft facing from your ship, the rear arc of your ship. So if you keep your enemy between that, you're going to be able to dish out twice the amount of damage that you can do with one beam bank. So we are in...
Shield that is low on power to direct power to it. This will divert power from your other shields and will often circle their target, keeping them within the broadside arc at all times.
So Federation Captain who preserve beam bank weapons favor the broadside technique and will often circle their targets, keeping them in the broadside arc at all times. So basically, try to keep your enemy on this broadside arc that they're talking about. And I'm kind of moving out of combat right now because I want to explain this a little bit more in details. Like, if your enemy is within like this arc right now, the broadsiding arc, you're going to dish out like twice the amount of damage that normally you do with one weapon. So this is really good, and most of our players that have more experience do this, like, you know, most of the time. So it's really hard to get your enemy within that kind of arc because it's really small, but if you do, you're going to have, you know, twice the amount of damage that you do with one arc. So that's really nice. So we are fighting on those bird of prey right now because it's getting really annoying of them following me around. And I'm doing it right now. As you guys can see, the forward facing weapon is firing. And also the aft firing beam. So I'm firing both beams, front and back. Okay, cool. So, okay, so that was the tutorial on like the way you need to put your enemy in, like, on the side of your ship when you're using beam weapons. So that's something to think about on the weapon choice that you're going to make, because in Star Trek Online we have lots of weapons that can do various kind of damage towards your enemy, and we're going to talk about those in a later video, not now. And we need to talk to the first officer, so we're going to do done fighting.
Incoming transmission, sir. It is from Starfleet.
Okay, on screen to
This is
Rel.
Captain Volok of the USS Renown. Do you require assistance?
Yes, sir. We were ambushed by Klingon marauders.
A Klingon captain would have to be very bold to travel this far into Federation territory. Where is Captain Taggart?
He was captured and taken to the Klingon ship. They killed him after he ordered us to fire on his position.
And did you follow his orders?
Yes, sir, we did.
So, I take it you are in command now.
Yes, sir, I
Very
am.
well. We will escort your ship to Earth's space dock.
What about the Klingon who killed Captain Taggart, sir? Kadek is still out there.
And if he reveals his position, he will be dealt with accordingly. Until then, you are to set a course for our position. Renown out.
Yes, sir. Now we can use full impulse because we are out of combat, and while we are in combat we cannot use full impulse. Something to think about, guys. There we go. Hey, cutscene. So now he's even fighting with the other ship. Okay, so let us start to have him in the broadsiding arc as far as we can. 2 beams are being fired, front and aft, really nice. And when their shields is gone, it's ready to use the torpedoes. There we go, doing a lot of damage. High yield torpedo. Fire. There we go. Dead. And that's how you need to play Star Trek Online, using torpedoes when his hull is visible and has no shield.
Will escort you back to Earth space dock, but first we must inform the USS Kittimer that... One moment. My communications officer informs me that we are unable to contact the Kittimer. We will proceed to their coordinates to determine if they require assistance, and your ship will accompany us. I hereby grant you a field promotion. This will give you the proper authority over your crew, and final decision-making ability for your ship until we reach Earth space dock and report to Admiral Quinn.
Okay, so we can accept a lot of skill points, expertise, an impulse engine, really nice, phaser beam array, a split beam rifle, and we're going to have Zarva as a bridge officer. So really nice. Continue. Those are the items that we got. We got Zarva here. She's a Bolian. There she is. Really nice. Okay. And we are basically done with this part of the mission. We're going to exit in sector space.
Click to order your crew to plot a course to your next mission.
And right now we are in sector space, and I'm not going to talk a lot about that.
To open up the map for sector space, you can click on a system to plot a course and set your ship to automatically fly to it.
Okay, thank you. And I'm not going to talk a lot about sector space, but as you guys understand, we need to move from one system to another system, and the way you do that in Star Trek Online is through sector space. And would basically, we need to go over here, and let's say we are somewhere over here. We just entered this sector space. You can basically have a autopilot enable you to go to a certain system by just double clicking on the system where you need to go, and just like I did right there, double click with my left mouse button, and the autopilot is going to tell us like, plot a course to the Polak system, Captain. Basically say okay, and it's going to take us automatically towards that system, and it's going to put out the brakes on it when it's going to reach there. So this is really nice, and really nice of Star Trek Online. Really nice feature, I must say. Well, I hope that all of you guys had a little bit entertainment out of this long video. I'm sorry it has to be that long because I need to cover a lot of items. Also, the character creation took up a lot of times, and also the tutorial is not that easy to complete when you need to making a Let's Play series. So I hope to see you guys on the next one, and stay tuned for the next one because it's really nice episode to do so. So take care.